Hi guys, thank you for joining me. It's Anushka here with your astrology update for February. Before I go into the video, just to mention, for those of you who are interested in seeing more from me, tarot readings and updates and articles and some of my artwork as well, those of you who want to support me, head over to Patreon. I've just started up a Patreon page and I'll be sharing my esoteric artwork. I'll be doing impromptu readings and sharing all kinds of stuff on there, so I'd really appreciate it if you headed over there and just show me some love. Okay, on with your reading. Hello my beautiful Virgos, welcome to February. So this month, okay, so the more intimate and private areas of your life have had your attention really, along with work, along with the day-to-day grind. But intimacy, privacy, home life, wanting to shut the curtains and be at home, not necessarily doing nothing, but just wanting to kind of, you know, come in from the world a little bit more. So it's had your attention and your focus. And, you know, the big thing is Uranus in March is going to be moving out of your 8th house, where he's been dealing with your psychology, where he's been dealing with how you feel about intimacy, and maybe even making you look at your childhood, mental patterns that you developed as a child, looking at wounds, things like that. But he's been providing revelations, waking you up really, shaking off the dust, shaking off the baggage that was never yours to begin with. You know, with baggage we always pass it on, don't we? We pass it on to people, we pass it on to our partners, our children, whatever. Uranus has been shaking you up and saying, well, this baggage was never yours to begin with, so shake yourself free. You are worthy, you are loved, you are beautiful, and purify yourself of this. And I love that. And with Pluto in the 5th house as well, Pluto is really purifying what it is you love, what it is you value, how you love yourself. How do you love? Do you love your life enough? So there's this real transformation happening with Virgos on the heart level and the psyche level. All right, now, like I said, in March, Uranus then moves into the 9th house. So there's been lots for you to let go of, but what you're going to experience, I feel like what you're going to experience this month is going to be a sense of healing, a sense of seeing how far you've come psychologically and give yourself a pat on the back. Do you know what I mean? And there's going to be a sense of healing, a sense of closure, being able to move forward, you know, and maybe experiencing breakthroughs due to love, due to people close to you, maybe having an impact on you. Making you realize that you are lovable or that you are worthy, that kind of thing. Okay, we've got Jupiter there in your 4th house, who's been, you know, he's only been there for, you know, not that long, so like a month and a half. And, you know, Jupiter is helping you to find your home in the world, making you feel more at home in the world, expanding your home, your family, making you feel a sense of belonging on some level. Now, for some of you, maybe it was through a relationship. For some of you, maybe it's through all this work you've been doing. But there's a sense of inner peace and contentedness that you're getting. And I really favor during this transit, and I know I'll keep saying it, but who cares? I really favor home-based businesses. I favor things where you're dealing with people from all over the world, but from your own home. You know, I really like that. Writing, publishing, anything you can do in like the privacy of your own home, I really like for Virgos this year. Okay, so it's been in some ways a rocky 7 years in intimacy, but it's, like I said, it's getting you to shed a load, and it's getting you to, you're going to start experiencing, as we move through the year, more greater sense of adventure, a greater sense of freedom, okay, because Uranus will be in that 9th house of travel, higher learning, foreign places, law, education, and higher knowledge. And you're going to be, I really see Virgos just going places. It's like letting the horse out of the gate, you know. I just see Virgos bolting and going on adventures, doing really cool things, growing in certain ways, and aligning themselves with interesting people from different cultures that open your eyes to new and wonderful possibilities. So it's really exciting, and you've done the work. Well done, Virgo. I'm really happy. And I feel like your sense of self-esteem is continuing to transform with Pluto there in your 5th house. Okay, so you're committing as well, because Saturn's there. Saturn wants us to commit. You're committing to your happiness, your creativity. You're committing to your own sense of self-value. You're committing to enjoying life. It's almost like Virgo's gone, you know what? I've done so much work. I know the dark side of life, and bollocks to this, you know, I've done the work. I'm ready to commit to my happiness. You know, no more giving to takers. You know, this is about committing to your own joy. As cheesy as it sounds, it's true. Okay, now Mercury and the Sun, as we start the month, are there in the 6th house. So you've been busy and you've been of service. You've been busy doing things, right? And I think enjoying it as well. Putting a lot of energy into work, the work you do for others, the work you do for your clients. Maybe you've had a lot going on with clients. Putting a lot of energy into the day-to-day, thinking about your health and your routines. Great time to get these things in order. February I really like for you for starting like a detox or a new health regime, or just really looking after your health, or actually committing to extreme self-care. You know, I think it's really good because we've got the Sun there, we've got Mercury there, and then we're going to have a new moon in this area as well. So it brings positive, fresh energy to your health, your day-to-day habits, pets, like I said, the work that you do. But I feel like Virgos have been enjoying, as you do, you know, being of service, and getting a lot out of it. And I think your life has just been busy. There's probably been a lot of organising to do, a lot of stuff to deal with, all right? So now we're going to go into the dates. On the 2nd of the month, we start with positive, passionate, dynamic energy, which can get out of hand, can be power struggles, right? But it's dynamic energy as it relates to your home, as it relates to your intimacy and family, feeling awakened in some way, feeling brought to life in these areas. Because we've got Venus there making a trine to Uranus in your 8th house, so there's something that's feeling awakened and feeling free, and love can bring revelations around this time. Okay, this will also see you making peace with the past and just allowing yourself to move forward. Okay, on a psychological and emotional level. Okay, you've done the work. On the 3rd, we've got Venus heading into Capricorn, into your 5th house. So Venus heads into Capricorn. Great time, you know, 5th house is about fun, romance, creativity, children. Great time for all of these things. Great time for having fun and feeling the love for all of these things on an even bigger level. And enjoying life. As we get closer to the 18th of February, Venus will be coming up closer and closer and closer to Saturn, and then on the 18th Venus will be conjunct Saturn. Okay, so that'll mean very close to, i.e. So this is about making a commitment to something as it relates to your children, your creativity, making something real, putting your heart into something and saying, I value this, or maybe even it's a commitment to yourself, making a promise to yourself. It's about something you value and making a commitment to the people, the things that bring you joy, okay, that bring you true happiness. And that's happening on the 18th. So you're also building things, Virgo. You're building things because, you know, Saturn there in Capricorn, in his home sign, Capricorn is about building. It's about the long climb, and you're building. It's like Virgos are putting the bricks in place, for the foundations in place for a very happy future that isn't built on wishy-washy plans, that actually is realistic. So you're building something based on what and who it is that you love, and I love that. On the 4th, we have a new moon in that 6th house, like I said. So this is it brings fresh energy. It's a really nice new moon because the Sun, Mercury and Jupiter are all sextiling the new moon. So it brings a lot of luck and opportunity here, right? So this can be opportunity through friends, and because, you know, your 6th house is ruled by Aquarius, so there could be a job opportunity that comes along. Fresh start in jobs, fresh start in work. Great for your health. I really recommend the 4th for starting a really good health regime, because I think your ego drive, your emotional drive, your mental faculties will all be in tune and we'll be able to commit to this, okay? So really good. I like that a lot. So there's a sense of freedom and optimism about this new moon, which is lovely. Make a new moon intention, okay? Do a new moon intention. I really suggest it because it will be really blessed. I'll have a lot of luck with it, with that Jupiter there. If you don't know how to do a new moon intention, I'll do videos. I think I'll do 2 videos. I might just roll them into one. How to do a new moon intention and how to do a full moon ritual. And I'll stick them up on my Patreon and you guys can join me there. And the subscription is literally, it starts at £3, or no, $3 a month, so that's even less than £3, so it's not a lot. A little bit of advertising there. On the 10th, Mercury heads into Pisces. So Mercury goes into your blah, 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 your 11th house. Sorry, no, not your 11th house. What am I talking about? God, my brain's gone. Into your 7th house. So Mercury heads into your 7th house. So this is communication with business partners, communicating with your loved ones, okay? Making plans. But because it's Pisces, it tends to be emotional. Our communication is a lot more emotional. It's a lot more psychic. It's a lot more fluid. A lovely time to, if you've got any creative interests or projects or ventures, great time to be creating with somebody, okay? If you want to design something with somebody, if you want to paint something, if you want to write something with somebody, really good time for that. So I would use that energy, definitely take advantage of it with Mercury in Pisces, especially before Mercury goes retrograde, okay, in March. Then on the 14th, Valentine's Day, Mars goes into Taurus. For you, that's your 9th house. Now, Mars going into Taurus makes us all a lot more sensual. It's about the 5 senses, so it's a sexy Valentine's, okay? Now, Mars going into your 9th house is paving the way for Uranus going in there in March. So your energy is going to very much want to be put out there. It's going to be exploratory. You're going to be engaging with philosophy, with mind-expanding things, okay? If you've got any legal situations going on, this could see you putting a lot of energy into those. Travel plans, that kind of thing. Spend time exploring nature during this time, because Taurus is, you know, ruled by Venus, and Taurus it's a nature sign. It's an earth nature sign. It's about nature's bounty. So spend time grounding in nature, exploring beautiful places if you can. Really positive. You know, like I was saying, great time to start a new health regime. Exercise outdoors. Don't just go to the gym. Exercise outdoors. You get something more out of it. Then on the 19th, we have a full moon in your sign, Virgo. Okay. So this is completion, right? This is culmination, closure. This full moon is squaring Venus and Saturn, right, in that 4th house. So there could be some sort of a tension. Venus and Saturn in your 5th house. Could be a tension in terms of like maybe not having the time to have the kind of fun that you want to have. Maybe feeling some sort of blockage or issue as it relates to your creativity or children. But it is also trining Mars and Uranus, which I like, because this full moon is echoing. Because you can see a pattern here. Mars moves into your 9th house of adventure. Then Uranus will move into your 9th house of adventure. This full moon trines Mars and Uranus. So it's tapping you in. It's tapping you into that energy. So there could be a breakdown of something, because Saturn is very much about structure, okay? There could be a breakdown of something that actually allows for a sense of freedom and new starts, okay? Maybe in some way you were feeling emotionally stunted on some level, creatively stunted. Maybe you weren't getting so far or getting through to one of your children. There could be some sort of a breakdown that leads to a feeling of more freedom, a feeling of higher and better understanding, and breakdown to breakthrough type energy, okay? So there we go. All in all, I really like this, and I'm really, really excited about Uranus moving into your, into Taurus and into your 9th house. Yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful month, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed that, and come see me on Patreon. See you next month. Bye.